Hi, hello, happy Saturday. Well, it's about mid-afternoon because, to be quite honest, I didn't get up. I got up earlier, went to the bathroom and thought, oh gosh, it's a bit cold. So I got back in bed, as you do. I will be so glad when the weather warms up here. I honestly can say since moving to Fleetwood I've hardly been warm. Except when it's been really, really sunny, I've hardly been warm, yeah. Oh, seemed like a good idea at the time. Yeah, anyway, I finished the jacket off. It needs blocking, as you can see. I don't know whether you can see, because the purple's so dark, isn't it? Oh, let me put that there a bit, then you can see it a bit better. No, you can't, okay. Oh, there you are, I can see you a bit better. I did put the purple, as you can see, the edges, and I dropped it down because I like a shape with my, well, it's not for me, but I like a shape in the neck. I don't like it when it goes straight up and over. And I finished the sleeve, as you can see. I did a little bit on the bottom. Although, to be quite truthful, I'm not in love with these kimono type sleeves. Other people love them. It's not a particular favourite of mine. And with the back, oh, I've got something stuck on it, but there we go. With the back, I just did an extra, 1, 2, 3, 4 rows on either side and joined it up the centre back, yeah. So that's what it looks like, back view. As I say, I doubt I'll be keeping it, if I can try to sell it. In this current climate, one never knows, does one? But I live in hope. I will probably die in despair, but I do live in hope. Yeah. Anyway, what am I wearing? Right, what am I wearing? I'll turn myself around a bit. Yes, I've been buying Moonbeams and Mayhem. It's supposed to be a jacket that you would wear outside over trousers, over a dress. But to be quite honest, I think when it's arrived now, I think I would be wearing it more as a dressing jacket, a house robe, when the weather gets a bit warmer. But I put it on today to show you. It's, if I move the camera back, it is full length. Yeah. And yeah. And I just fell in love with it because, of course, it is purple. Yeah. You know me and purple. And you know me and Moonbeams and Mayhem. I absolutely love that shop. So, as I say, it wasn't cheap, but you can't take it with you when you die, can you? Not that I'm planning to go just yet, just checking. Yeah, it's got turn back cuffs, and it's got a sort of like, embroidery threaded up it. I doubt that I would actually wear it out, if you know what I mean. I think I would, it's got ties on it and everything. I think it's more of a house robe. So it's a nice sort of quilted material. So I'm wearing it today because I'm wearing a purple dress. Yeah, and the beads, yeah. It wouldn't be Janet if she didn't have to coordinate, yes. Well, I have finished one piece of the knitting. I know it looks a bit huge, but then I'm not exactly teeny tiny, and it is for the winter and I wanted it longer, yeah. So I finished one piece and I have started the next one. Those of you who didn't see which pattern I'm using, it's vintage. I should change the name of my channel, shouldn't I, to Vintage Janet, yeah. In more ways than one, as we say. That's what I'm doing. I would have loved it better in the lilac or the purple, but hey, I didn't have any, yeah, in my shed, and I'm trying not to. Although, watch this space, yeah. I have been buying some needles. I've been buying the Zing, Knit Pro Zing. These are the 5mm that I'm actually using for the ribbon on said sweater, yeah. And something, you might as well do it properly, mightn't you? So, I think I showed you a few pairs on my last video that I'd bought, but I bought the case to keep them in. You know, I'm not paying a lot for needles because they're not cheap, these needles. I'm damaging the points by pushing them into bags and that. So I decided I would buy the case, the actual Knit Pro case that they go in. The gap there is for the 5mm that I'm actually using. So far I've gone from a 325 up to a 650 so far. Because those are the ones I mostly use, to be honest with you. I'm not one for, you know, the huge needles. Especially in metal, they may be a little bit heavy. As you know, I've got hand issues. So I was thinking that if I went to the very big sizes in the metal, that maybe, you know, they'd be a bit heavy. So, it remains to be seen. I did buy a pair of 650. So if I make something, you know, with that, yeah, then, well, those I should say, not that, with those, and they don't appear to be too heavy for me, then I might, you know, branch into the larger sizes, but we'll see where we go, yeah. The doggies are around and about. My son and daughter-in-law are tidying out the garage. Been well overdue. Everything just gets dumped into the garage. You've all got that space, haven't you, within your house? I have a shed, which I've still not been in because it's too flipping cold. And of course I forget to go in a half an hour earlier than what I need to switch the heater on. And you know, heating costs as they are, everybody's trying to cut back, cut down. I can't leave it on anymore, not all the time. I can't justify it because I'm not going in there, am I? So I'm so longing for warmer weather. I don't know about you. I am just waiting to get up in the morning and not go when I go in the bathroom, you know. I did say to my son, I'm going to buy a thermal blind for the bathroom. And he said, they're so expensive, mother, you know. And I thought, well, if it keeps a bit of the heat in, it would be worth it to me. Because it's on the cold side of the house, the side that faces the sea. The kitchen and the bathroom get the winds directly from the sea on that side, yeah. Where I am now in the conservatory, it's like the other wave, you know what I mean? This is the only room in the house that ever gets warm, trust me. Or maybe they do upstairs, I don't know. I've not been upstairs for years. Anyway, I have been buying. I did buy Katie Jones, Hip to be Square. It's been out for many, many years, this one, so I didn't actually pay full price for it, so I don't feel as guilty as I might, yeah. In the beginning, it tells you, you know, the different squares and different things that she uses. She uses 5 different squares in this book. So at the beginning, she's got how to do these 5 squares. And also she's got how you would join them together. She's got different methods that she uses to join them together, which is quite useful if you're not, you know, not very good at joining things together. She shows you how. And then she shows you some edges as well. Open crochet join and edgings and things like that. And then we get to the actual patterns. I mean, they are quite bold. I don't think any man in my life would wear that, but hey ho, maybe it's just the colours. But I bought it because I like Katie Jones, I like her designs, and in fact I'm going to start one. But as I say, it is a bit bold, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think I would ever wear that. Bold as I am, I wouldn't be wearing that. But there are several others that I would wear. I wouldn't wear the one with the dots on, but I would wear the one with the squares. Where's she dotted now? My fingers are so cold. And you know I've got Raynaud, so I would wear the one with the granny squares. I would wear that one, yeah, because you know me. Granny Square Annie. And there's a bucket hat as well. A bucket hat that I might have a go at. You know, too cold for this weather, but hey ho. And there's a cardigan, a quilt cardigan it's called. you know me, granny squares are for clothes, granny squares are not really for blankets, although I'm leaning against one that I made last year. It was the bane of my life, 160 squares, and I hated every minute of it because I don't like the colours. I know everybody else says, oh, beautiful pastel colours. Pastel colours to me are ick. Not me at all. Yeah. Lazy Daisy top. Again, I don't think I would make that one. I would like to make a poncho, but not that one. That's a close-up of it. Oh, my fingers are terrible. Now, I watched a YouTube video where Katie Jones was in the Victoria and Albert Museum, and she was copying the style of a crochet collar. But the one she did was actually in black with greens and reds, and I thought, oh yeah, I like that one. These are quite pale, if you like that sort of thing. The green one's okay, but you know, the white one, nah. Not me. Then there's a pouch bag. Bags are okay if you line them. If you don't line them, anything you put in them, like a pen or anything, just go straight through, yeah. There's a graphic grid cushion. I have made cushions, by the way, but I gave them to a friend who was moving house and she was a little bit boho-y, so I gave them to her. At the time I had Buster and I had Gigi, and they both kept getting the claws fast up in the granny square of the cushions, so yeah. That one I definitely would make and wear. I have got one. It's Granny Takes a Trip. I've got one. It's in my pile. I wish I could say it was neatly stacked, but it's my pile, yeah. But in actual fact, it's a little bit big. Yeah, probably now. I will wear it though, don't get me wrong, I will wear it. But I actually think I need to take a row of squares off the sleeve, because as it's got bigger, with it being a set-in sleeve, the sleeves have come down, so I have to put like a turn-up, you know, on the sleeve. So I keep thinking, I'm going to alter it, you know, but once you've made something, it's very hard to start messing about with it, isn't it? Yeah. I've got a couple of cardigans in there, you know, the ones you made with a great big square, and then you sewed them up to make armholes. Got a couple of those in my collection that are way too big for me now. But I keep thinking, shall I undo them? And I'm thinking, And every time I go to put them on, I think, no, this is too big, I'll take it off again. So it's a bit stupid, really, isn't it? That's showing a long and a short version, yeah. I'm very bad at taking things back again once I've made them, yeah. Now, I'm sorry, darling, but, you know, you're a big girl and I don't think you should be wearing that, yeah. You know, there's certain things when you're a large lady that you should give a miss to, really. Yeah. It's, you know, I'm all in favour of wear what you want, but, you know, there is kind of like a limit, if you know what I mean. I mean, she's wearing the darker one there, which is marginally better, but, you know, I've been a much, much bigger girl and I hesitate to wear things like that. That's a great big scarf, which would be great in the winter if I wore a scarf, but, you know, being on a scooter, there isn't much opportunity to wear a scarf unless it's sort of flowing behind you in the breeze, yeah. Right, a beret, or as my auntie used to insist on calling him, a beret, yeah. She was going to wear her beret. She had Kangol berets in all different colours, if you know what Kangol is. They're sort of like a felt, you know, and she had them in all colours. I hated to tell her, but they never really suited her, but she thought she looked the bee's knees, so what? Who am I? And there you go, if you're nice and young and you can wear a mini skirt and a little crop top, there you go. Of course I can wear both of those. Yeah. she said, in my dreams. And if you are a favourite of a blanket, she's even got one in there for you. I find blankets soul destroying, I really do. And this is called a roll neck dicky bib. We used to call them like a neckerchiefy thing, yeah. Again, I'm not quite sure when you would wear it, you know. Under your coat, maybe, to keep you warm. Who knows? Anyway, is there any more? I think there might be one more, is there? No, I think that's the end. So, you know, I don't know whether I would have bought the book. Oh no, there is one more, a table set. It's got big mats and little bats. Whether I would have bought it at full price, I don't know, but it's been around for such a long time. It was $23.99 when it was new. But obviously somebody's bought this, not wanted it, and put it on eBay. So I got mine for a heck of a lot less than that. Less than half price, to be truthful. Yeah. Anyway, I've been very naughty. As you know, I said I wasn't going to buy any more wool. Yarn, whatever you call it. Oops. Oops-a-daisy. It was from Wool Warehouse and it's Signet Chunky. And it's all different colours. But no, it's not a blanket. Nope. You will not see me making a blanket. I don't know, shall I tell you what I'm going to make? Shall I? Well, I've dropped hints in previous videos as what I'm going to make. It's a pattern by Katie Jones. It's a free pattern on loveknits.com, and no, I don't have a picture because I think I told you. My printer's only printing in blue and green. And not prepared to pay £40 for a new colour set of inks for it. Well, it's still working, are you with me? Because I can, you know, I can read the pattern if it's in blue and green, can't I? Yeah. So it's going to be a poncho. Whether I will wear it when I've done, I don't know. It's like a great big rose effect in the middle. I'll try to put a picture on my Instagram, or then it goes onto Facebook, don't it? I'll try to put a picture of it on there. So it obviously won't be anything I can take to Knit Club, will it? Knit Club starts up again next Wednesday. Well, you know I've been going to the other one. Well, sporadically when it's not been pouring down. I have been managing to get mostly to the Monday one at the library because the weather's held for me. But last Wednesday I looked out and it was pouring down and I thought, do I really want to go? And I'm like, no. Anyway, I've got some good news. My scooter man had said, you know, first week of February, the new scooter should be, so I thought, right, 1st of February. I've resisted phoning him. Thought, what mither? Yeah. Mither is a Lancashire word for pester, yeah. I said, I won't mither him, I'll leave him. So anyway, the 1st of February, I'm there on the phone. Of course, he didn't answer the phone, did he? Went to the answering machine. Anyway, on the 2nd of February, he phoned me back and he said, oh yeah, what you need to do is you need to phone this number and cancel your contract for the other one. Bear in mind, I don't even have the other one, but cancel the contract for the other one. So, right, so I rings up and they said, oh, it's your second cancellation, which it is. Unfortunately, we're going to have to charge you the cancellation fee. So I thought, well, I'd rather pay the cancellation fee, even though it goes against the grain, really. But I'd rather pay the cancellation fee to get a scooter I can actually use, rather than keep the other one, which I wasn't using at all. It was just sat outside like an ornament, because I would rather have got wet than go in that thing. So I rings up and the lady said, yeah, cancel it, and all that. So I rings him back again, and fingers crossed, everybody, please keep your fingers crossed. It should be arriving on Wednesday. I should be getting one with a top on that isn't tall like that. Apparently the lady who has got my tall one loves it. She doesn't live by the sea, she lives in the middle of town, so obviously she doesn't get all the wind, yeah. And I would imagine she's probably elderly and deaf, you know, because of the squeak, yeah. So I should be getting another one on Wednesday. I will do a video when I get one. I'll be so pleased that I can go down the seafront without getting battered. But just watch. You know, when it's gorgeous sunshine and you think, I'm going to buy that sun lounger I've always promised myself, yeah. And the minute you get the said sun lounger home, it starts to rain and the weather changes, yeah. So what I am hoping is, when I get my scooter so I can go out in the rain, it'll stop and the sun will come out. Yeah. So that's what I've got my fingers crossed for. Fingers crossed it arrives on Wednesday. Fingers crossed the rain stops. Because it's been dire. I mean, we actually went out on Thursday, me and my two friends, to the cafe like we normally do for a chat and then put the world to rights, etc. And it was bad, so we got a taxi. Yeah. So when I'm coming back, I said to the guy, I said, do you live round here? You know, you're born and bred in Fleetwood. And he went, yeah, why? I said, oh God, you know, we're both wondering why we both moved here, you know. And he said, it has been the worst winter that he'd known, you know, for rain, cold, wind, etc. He said it has been one of the worst winters since whenever. He said, I must admit, I've got to hold my hand up. It's been the bad winter. So I don't feel too bad about whinging all the time now about the dire weather here. I mean, it isn't actually raining today, but when you look out, it doesn't encourage you, you know, to go out, really. You're thinking, I am fed up with having the hat on, the hold up, the whatnot. You know, I'm fed up with it. At least if I'm in something with a front on it, it won't be battering me in the face. Because the rain, I think I've told you before, the rain comes sideways here and hits you in the eyeballs, yeah. Doesn't come straight down, like other places. You know. So anyway, I'm looking forward to going back to Prestwich for a week. Don't know when yet. It will have to be when I'm not looking after the dogs, because I'm looking after the dogs for a week, I can't remember when. Because the family's going away. And it has to be when my sister-in-law has moved. She's moving to London, I think I explained to you. She's selling her big house in Manchester and she's moving to London. So when she's moved, which will hopefully be the end of February, and also when my niece is off school, because she's a head teacher. So I have to wait while she's got a week free, or at least a few days free, so that, you know, we can do things together. Because as much as I love Prestwich, it's not the same when you haven't got a house to go back to, when you've only got like a travel lodge to go back to. It's not quite the same. I mean, I will visit her in her house, but I tell you before, I can't do, the stairs are like that, and the toilet's upstairs, yeah. So she doesn't want me breaking my neck, to be quite truthful. Which I am prone to do, you know. Standing on 2 feet I find very difficult, you know, I tend to sort of go backwards. I don't know why I fall backwards, but I do. And I've cracked my head more times. You think I would have knocked a bit of sense in it by now, but I always go backwards. I mean, you think, well, I'm not as big as I used to be, but I used to have big, yeah, whatevers. You would think I would go forwards, but no, backwards. I always go backwards, yeah. My balance, if I close my eyes, is absolute rubbish. They tested me and they said, oh, you balanced a bit off. And they said if I did any more falling, I have to go to a fall clinic or something to assess. But I don't think they can do much for balance anyway, can they? You know, if your balance is off and you go all over the place, there's not much you can do. I watch where I walk. I'm very careful where I put my feet. I tend to spend more time looking down when I'm walking than I look where I'm going. But I still trip over an eyelash, you know. My son will say, what have you just fallen over? And I go, I don't know. What did he trip on? And he's looking round for a trip hazard, you know. Because my daughter-in-law is it's a trip hazard every time I have a look. I've been waiting to get a new fireside rug because I think I told you I had an accident with my log burner. A piece of coal that I thought was dead, you know, came out and it burnt a hole in the carpet. So I actually need a larger fireside rug now to cover up the burn bit, yeah. Because I'm not having a new carpet laid, no way. It's only 18 months old, that carpet in there, so it's got a burn hole in, so what, you know, I'll cover it over with a rug. But a lot of the rugs are absolutely massive. And not only are they massive, they're thick. You can either get one that is sort of burn proof, but it looks like something you'd put underneath a barbecue outside. It looks more like rubber. It's not exactly thrilling to put in your lounge. Or you just buy an ordinary hearth rug and hope you don't flick any more bits of burny stuff out, you know. But then they're thick and they're big, and I'm thinking I'm going to trip over it. I really am. So I've given over looking online. I'm going to try and find somewhere where they sell them and I can go and have a look at them. But all the carpet shops around here, you go in, they sell hearth rugs, and they're like, no. They sell rugs, but they're like the kind of rugs you put on top of wood flooring, you know, huge things with fringe on the side of them. And we have 2 dogs who would love to chew fringe, so not a good idea, no. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll find the perfect rugs, I'm sure I will, to hide the burny bit in the rug. It's my own fault. I should be more careful, shouldn't I, when I'm raking out the ashes and stuff. It stays hot. If you've used, well, it's not coal, it's like smokeless coal. But if you've used coal, which I usually do last thing because it banks down and then it just glows for about the last couple of hours I'm up, they stay hot. They stay hot all night and they can still be hot in the morning. And that's what happened. I was like doing that and it flicked out and I didn't notice. And it burnt a hole in the carpet. Anyway, I'm going to go now and make myself a drink and maybe have something to eat. I've had nothing since I got up this morning. Well, this morning is a bit of a wrong thing to say since I got up at lunchtime. I've not had anything to eat. I've not been wanting anything to eat. I should be like that. I should be like I'm number 1 on the dole. I should be as thin as can be. Because I don't eat much. But hey ho. No idea what I'm going to have for lunch, for dinner tonight. No idea. My phone will probably start beeping in a minute, and Sue has promised to ring me because I rang her twice yesterday and didn't get hold of her. She doesn't know why she didn't answer, but she just wouldn't have heard it yet. So Sue's going to ring me, so I'd better get off here and, you know, go and do something, really. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you like my Moonbeams and Mayhem jacket. I will be wearing it later when I'm doing my live. So I shall speak to you all later, hopefully. So goodbye for now from cold, horrible Fleetwood. Bye now.